Welcome to Big Blend Radio's Travel with Terri podcast. I'm Lisa Smith, the producer.
And I'm Terri Guthrie, your host. And I can't wait to share my latest travel experience with you.
So, Terri, I believe you stepped off a train on Mother's Day. You stepped on it, stepped off it, and this is the Grapevine Vintage Railroad. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience?
Yes, indeed. I'm going to take our listeners aboard the Grapevine Vintage Railroad. And this is where we had a special Mother's Day ride along the historic Cotton Belt route. And this is just one of 17 different special event trains that they have there in Grapevine. And we had so much fun celebrating Mother's Day on this excursion. And this is where we traveled from Grapevine, Texas, which is just north of DFW. That's the heart of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And we traveled to the historic Fort Worth Stockyards. And it was the perfect blend of like nostalgia and scenery and just good family time. And this just carried us through several cities before rolling into the stockyards where we had so much fun wandering around, shopping, saw the Longhorn cattle drive, just a lot of Western heritage there. And then we headed back to Grapevine in this vintage coach, and there's live entertainment. And you also have just that slowed down pace with this historic journey. It's really an experience that's it's very authentic and timeless. So if you're looking for a fun date or a family outing or just a little time travel moment in Texas, this Grapevine Vintage train certainly delivers.
So, Terri, this is so interesting because, I know so many people who love trains, train history, just love to travel on trains. And it's just also, I mean, there's scenic rides that you can do across the country. But, I know Texas likes to go big, but train history in Texas is also really interesting because not only is it part of travel, but it was, like you said, the Cotton Belt route. So Texas had cotton for many years, and I've actually been through a lot of the cotton areas in outside of Dallas area, like Greenville and those areas, which was the capital cotton place at one point. But at the same time, it was also instrumental in cattle. And Texas is known for its cattle. So
Mhm.
riding this train, I know this is a Mother's Day thing, and maybe you don't want to hear about cotton and cattle, but is this part of like history for Texas that you were riding along in?
Absolutely. It is a living piece of Texas rail history, and it's just been preserved and maintained. And, it's so nice that it's still running for the public. So, let me just tell you a little bit about the backstory of this vintage railroad. The story begins like back in the late 1800s when the Cotton Belt route first laid the tracks down through the town, and farmers used the line. They sent for cotton and produce and livestock, like you mentioned, to markets across Texas and really the world. And Grapevine soon became just this bustling stop along the way for passenger trains as well. And the passenger service sadly eventually faded with the rise of like highways and cars and everything. Kind of the magic of the rails never truly disappeared. So, with beautifully restored century old coaches, the authentic locomotives like the Grapevine Vintage Railroad welcomed its first passengers back in 1990 and has really delighted riders ever since. So, on the Grapevine Vintage Railroad, you can experience authentic train travel the way it used to be. And they have the wooden seats and the brass accents, and it's just beautiful. The decor is beautiful. And who doesn't love the steady rhythm of the tracks beneath your feet? I do.
Well, I wanted to ask too, because you talk about it departs from historic Grapevine's Cotton Belt Depot and it ends at the historic Fort Worth Stockyards. So we really are talking cotton and cattle history in a way.
Right, right.
What is the Fort Worth Stockyards for everybody that's not been to Texas?
Yes. Well, first of all, it's a round trip, so it starts and ends in Grapevine, but you get to the Fort Worth Stockyards. I mean, it pulls up like under, actually, kind of you're under a pavilion. It's called Stockyard Station, and we had about 2 hours and 45 minutes in the historic stockyards. And I'm just
Oh,
telling our listeners, People, if you have never been to the Fort Worth Historic Stockyards, go, go, go. This is so quintessential Texas. And I have to say, when we have company from out of town, when they come here, that is the first place we always take them, and everybody loves it. It's just so authentic and very Western. They have a John Wayne museum there. They have a special marker from the Chisholm Trail that ran, right through that area. Was a big stopping point for the cattle drives, a huge one. And today they have weekly rodeos there. This past weekend when we were there, they were actually having the pro rodeo for bull riders. And so anyway, there's something always going on. They have a lot of restaurants. They have everybody's heard of Billy Bob's. Well, they have that there. That's
Oh,
a lot of
cool.
fun. Big, huge nightclub, where you can ride the mechanical bull. One of
Yes,
the
we want
areas
to.
that Yes, yeah. Tell you a story about that one day, but Ron broke his thumb on the
Oh,
mechanical bull.
which
His thumb, it was bad. Yeah, he got thrown off, and yeah, he broke his thumb, bless his heart. But anyway, there's this area now called Mule Alley, which I have to tell you, when we first moved here back in the 80s, Mule Alley was just a gravel road. And it's where we actually parked our cars. But today, Mule Alley is like this upscale retail area that just has great shops and restaurants. And you have the iconic Hotel Drover, which is like one of our favorite places in the world. But there are so many beautiful shops that sell Western wear and great places to eat. We had time to have a nice meal while we were there. And then at 4 o'clock, always you have the Longhorn cattle drive, that they have the Longhorn cattle walking through the streets. They put a rope up and get everybody up on the curb, and here come those Longhorn cattle, which are very entertaining to watch. Bless their hearts. Their little heads just go from left to right like a seesaw with those heavy horns. One of them, actually, the horn span is 10 feet wide. Yeah, and they just seem to have a time, but I guess it's all they know. And anyway, that's fun. Then they're at, I don't know, about 4:30, they have like a little pretend gunfight, little Western cowboys and sheriff and all that. There's just it's so entertaining. It's so much fun, and there's so many great shops, and it's fun just to walk around. But there is always something going on at the stockyards. And then you get back on the train and you head back to Grapevine. And Grapevine, I tell you, also, Lisa, it's just a fantastic town. This is where we have really, really created a lot of lasting memories with our family and friends in Grapevine. In fact, our daughter, Cody, lives there. So it's just north of the DFW airport, and it really blends Texas size fun with like small town charm. They offer so much there, and it's a great little historic town, and it's beautiful. But Grapevine has like world-class family resorts and a lot of kid-friendly attractions, and the historic walkable Main Street is just one of our favorites, with so many like shops and cafe. They have a lot of winery tasting rooms, and then they have many outdoor activities like on Great Lake Grapevine, which is where we always take our boat, and just so many like year-round festivals and events, and all within like a 3-mile radius. So it's very compact, and it's just Texas-sized fun. So, like I said, we love Grapevine, Texas.
sounds fun to me. I mean, we haven't had that much time there, but I believe it's also like a Christmas area. So I'm
Yes.
thinking Christmas time and train rides sound like a magical thing.
Well, I must add that Grapevine is the Christmas capital of Texas is what it is. The Christmas capital of Texas, and it is indeed. And it's something that you should come to. I don't care where you live. There's nothing quite like the way Grapevine does Christmas. It's very, very special.
So getting on the train itself, I mean, are there different like level of tickets? Because it's great that you get to go to the stockyards, right? And have a
Yeah.
couple of hours. So it's kind of like a wonderful date night kind of thing. But I also think it's like, if you're having your, bridesmaids get together or, bachelor parties or even almost want to say a company gathering.
Right. Well,
Just
I,
sounds
I
like a celebration train. you know?
It's fun to have a destination to go to that you're not necessarily spending the night at, I mean, honestly, you could just stay there if you wanted as well, but, they have, like, multiple special event trains. Let me just tell you some. They have the Sweetheart Wine Train in February, then in March, it's the Kiss Me, I'm Irish Express Craft Brew Train,
Ooh,
and in March, they have several little spring break excursions. We took our grandsons on that last year. And around Easter, they have the Easter Bunny Express, and in the spring, they have the Jazz Wine Trains that are very popular. Of course, we just went on the Mother's Day one, which was so special and even ended with us all getting, roses. And then they
oh,
have the dinos on the tracks that runs through the summer, along with a Father's Day weekend special event. And this one I hear is so much fun, and I really want to do this. They have the disco wine train.
no
That's right up
way.
my alley. And in September, they have a harvest wine train. Then in October, Oktoberfest craft brew train and Trick or Treat and Witches Brew Trains. Those are all different ones. And then in December, they have the Christmas wine train, but probably the most popular of all is the Santa's North Pole Express, where I hear everybody wears pajamas and you have Santa
No
Claus
way.
and elves. And yeah, it's just supposed to be so fun. I'm hoping to get to do that this December with our grandchildren. But it's really a great mix of family events and then adult only events as well.
I love this. And I know that this is like, it's historic. It's an historic journey. It's nostalgic. You've got, like you were saying, the actual train itself, the ambiances, it's got its original goods there. It's not like a new train. This is history that you're riding in, which I think
Right.
is special. But you are also going on a new train, Amtrak train that goes between Mississippi and New Orleans, right?
Right.
Um,
Yes. In
coming
June,
up.
I am so excited about this. Yeah, it's called the Mardi Gras train. It's not quite a year old yet. I think it started in August of last year. And yes, I'm going to be doing that in June. And so it's well, I guess it depends on which way you start, but I'll be starting in New Orleans and making my way across the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast and then ending in Mobile, Alabama, which is also a fabulous city. But all of these areas have a very strong history with Mardi Gras. And so that's why it's called the Mardi Gras train, but it's an Amtrak train. And then in July, I'm going to be doing the Western Flyer. And that is a train that runs daily between Fort Worth, Texas, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
So it's interesting because obviously, your husband, Ron, fighter pilot, really, everyone, you guys do a lot. And then pilot. He also, went into being a commercial pilot at Delta Air. It's interesting to me because you do a lot of planes, and you
Right.
also work with a lot of, airlines in regards to really letting people know what's going on. And honestly, airlines do a lot for their passengers. And I mean, it's kind of like even cruise ships do it, but trains too. I find it interesting that you are like transportation Terry. You're how you get there and how you need to enjoy it. Listen, travel should be from the time you step foot in somewhere or even
Right.
pack your bags, right? Because you
Yes.
start listening to the music of the place. You kind of get into the research you've done. You're packing. You're like, ooh, what's the weather there? You start actually getting into it, right? And whether it's an evening train, like you were just talking about, going from, Grapevine to the, Fort Worth Stockyards, and maybe it's a romantic dinner and it's a short excursion, but there's long excursions. There's short flights as well. There's long cruise trips. There's short boat rides. But I think we're supposed to enjoy every second and make it meaningful as
Right.
travelers.
And I think train ride, like you said, it's really an uptick in popularity, and I'm so glad of that because I don't know, I think everybody just has a nostalgic feeling about trains and train rides, and like I said, who doesn't love to hear a train? And I'm so glad that it's something that is becoming more and more popular and just something different than riding in a car riding in a motorhome or riding on a plane. It just has a whole different feel and experience to it. And I mean, especially something like this Grapevine Vintage train that has so much historic character and authenticity. I just love that it's a restored 1920s era Victorian style coaches that they just, really look and feel of the early 20th century rail travel. And that's something that I enjoy and just really love. And something else that's a lot of fun about these trains is that they have two main engines. So, like, for example, when you go to the Fort Worth Stockyards, you go one direction. Well, it doesn't turn around, then it just goes straight back, almost like you would think you were going in reverse. But it has an engine on either end, which I found very interesting. And the one locomotive is called 2248. It's called Puffy, and it's actually a steam locomotive that was built back in 1896. And one of the interesting facts about it, too, it has a very storied history because it once carried President William Howard Taft. And I thought that was very cool. The other locomotive is called Vinny, and it's a diesel locomotive, and it was built in 1953. But both of these, Puffy and Vinny, they both represent the two eras of American railroading. So Puffy is kind of more the romantic and craftsmanship of the 19th century steam, and Vinny is the more mid-century shift to powerful, efficient diesel. So that's
Wow.
always fun for those that like to really get into the details of the train engines.
Wow. I mean, that's the thing. It is nostalgic, and I think it is also ties back to all of us who built model railroads,
Yes.
and that's a
Uh-huh.
history. That's a thing. That's a family thing. It's I don't know. And then it's also a real sense of community because you go through the landscape, right? And then you go to towns, and it's just this different way of experiencing it. And I think every part of how you travel, like you said, RV, it could be road tripping, all of it. Like you've been doing a lot of road tripping for Route 66. It's a centennial year. All
Yes.
of it matters. All of it is just how do we experience it? And there's all these different ways of traveling. And I love, love, love that you're doing all of it. I haven't talked to you on a cruise yet, but I've talked to you on a boat, but not a
Yes.
cruise yet. So I don't know. Well,
Yes. Well,
and
I
maybe one day you'll call us from an airplane. I don't know how that will happen, but
well, hey, I have a few ideas. I think I might can make that happen.
I think you have some connections there. I'm just saying, it would be so cool, everybody, if Terry could call in on a podcast from an airplane. Yeah,
Right. Right. I that you're giving me some great ideas.
here we go. Well, thank you so much, Terry. Always waiting for your next adventure.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you for joining us here on Big Blend Radio's Travel with Terry podcast.
Hope I've informed and inspired you to travel.
Don't forget, visit travelwithterry.com and bigblendradio.com.